Hi, this is Matt. Today we're going to look at the Implementor. This is a quick start guide. Again, this is how to download your sheet. You could contact me at ORATS and get a trial login key and the download link. There are 12 tabs in the Excel-based API. We're going to be looking at number 3 today, the Implementor. We're going to look at a buy right and a long put. We're going to see how these performed in certain years or certain quarters, perhaps combining these with the stock info tab. We're going to show details to see the graph and statistics, and we're going to click the scan button to see current options, delayed market data, and we're going to again back test that strategy, adjusting some of the parameters. So let's go to the Excel sheet. We've done quick starts on the scanner and backtest stats. Let's look at the implementer now. So the first thing we'll do is select a report on a stock that we'll want to use. There are many stocks here that we could drag down and look at. Let's pick a strategy. I like to do. Let's do short call buy right and MO. So first thing we do then is generate a report, and this will show the profit type. You should pay attention to that. That's hedged so that there is stock involved here. And the best strategy, short call buy right, is the month 3 delta 50. And what we see over to the right here are the exit rules. So this is just holding to expiration. When you see delta space 60, that is exiting when the delta goes up to 60. It goes past the maximum. We don't see any. I'm going to scroll down and see if we see any minimums. So here's a minimum and a maximum, 2270. So it would exit when this 40 delta went below 20 or above 70. So what we want to do now is click on whichever one we want to see more details on and show the details of that particular buy right. So we're looking at what $1,000 invested at the beginning would have turned into. You would have had a drawdown here right around 2008, as you might expect, but then kind of continuous uptrend since then. The Sharpe ratio, I like to compare the Sharpe ratio of the strategy to the stock Sharpe ratio, and it looks like it's larger, so that's good. So the annualized return is 19.9. The annualized stock return is higher, but the volatility in the stock return is also higher. So the Sharpe ratio measures the stock return less a risk-free rate. We use 1 there, divided by the volatility. So what you want to do as an investor is reduce your volatility and increase your returns. And so that's going to measure by the stock Sharpe. And then there's some other information, what $1,000 would have turned into over this period. These pre-canned strategies in the implementer are from 2007. What's the average percent monthly return? What's the drawdown, and how many days did it take to get out of that drawdown? And what's the correlation to the stock? And then below we see the monthly returns from 2007 on. So the equity line measures that amount, and now we're going to go to the back to the part of the implementer to the left of the sheet here. You can see some more that same information here for each stock. So if you're looking for a particular profile of a strategy, that's helpful to use. Now what I'd like to show is perhaps let's do a different strategy. We'll look for an overall protection strategy in the SPY, for example. We'll do a long put, and we'll want to see how the long put did in times when the market was down. So how do we determine which quarters the market was down? We could go to the stock data tab, type in SPY, and look at the quarters. And I could sort this from smallest to largest, and I want to use these quarters where the stock was down more than 10%. So I'll just copy that over to the implementer and then select those strategies by clicking on 2008 quarter 4, going down to 2011 quarter 3 and holding the control key, 2009 quarter 1, control click, 2010 quarter 2, control click, and then I'm going to generate a report. I don't want the strategy to be hedged. I'm just going to look at an option protection. So now when I generate the report, I get a period return. Okay, and then again, this is sorting on the Sharpe ratio for the overall of the strategy since 2007. So I'm going to right click, and in Excel I could look at sorting largest to smallest and see which strategies had the highest return in that period. So in that period, in these big down moves, the out of the money puts really do the best. So I think that's an interesting way to look at it. So let's just say I wanted to use that as protection right now. I would go ahead and scan on that, and then hopefully you've seen the quick start on the scanner, and this shows all of the SPY puts that are meeting the criteria right now. And then I think what's interesting is then they have that exit strategy. I'll flip back to the implementer and see that the long put month 1 delta 15 hold to expiration, or if the delta goes down through 4, so if it goes from 15 down to 4, we will exit, and this is reflected in the scanner by 0.04. So what we might want to do is to see how this has worked since over the last 36 months. So we're backtesting right now. It's going and getting these trades and simulating them, and then it's going to flip over to the backtest stats and show how this strategy has worked. And then what we'll do is we'll adjust these parameters. This is a hedge strategy, so we're going to take out that stock hedge and just use the option and calculate the stats over again. And this is all done live in real time. So this is what happens when you buy a put. And there hasn't been a large move. If you recall those quarters, none of them were since 2012 when this test is for. So you could see that all it is just losing basically 3.93% a year. And you could see that it's pretty consistent over the months. So that's what we wanted to show today. We wanted to show, again, to review a buy right, a long put, and we saw how that performed in various quarters. We looked at the detail button of the graph. We scanned for current options and then pressed the backtest button in Excel to see how it has performed currently. So hopefully you'll enjoy the ORATS API sheet. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us at contactme@orats.com. Thanks.